What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are in the garage. As you see here, we got this nice beefy little diff. We're about to slap this into the car along with these brand new axles I have here. And then on top of that, we're also going to be doing a little bit of work on the engine block, but I'll explain that later once we actually get to it. But in terms of this right here, these two things are actually the very last thing that we need to do in order to get the body of the car situated. If you guys haven't seen the last video, make sure you go check it out because it's actually a pretty good one. We put in brand new suspension. We have new coilovers. We have front tension arms. We've replaced all the rear arms, all three of them, and obviously coilovers in the rear as well. We also put on hubs so we can have 5 lug wheels. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you go check out that video as well. And with that being said, once we put in this diff and these axles, like I told you guys, everything is done pretty much. There's no more, we don't have to do anything else really to the body. Oh, sorry, no, I lied. We also have to do the e-brake cables. It's right here. But once I replace that and the diff and stuff, we are done with the body of the car. And then from there, all we're doing, like I say, we're gonna do a little bit of work here on the block, and then the block goes into the car after that. So we're kind of in the final stretch. So I'm gonna explain something about the block to you guys. I kind of want you guys' opinion on it, so let me know what you guys think. It'll be a little later, so I'll show you guys. You want some gloves, Justin?
No, I'm sure. Alright, you can start coming back a little bit.
Yeah, pull it back.
Alright, now come. That's looking good. I think we gotta move. Need that to go back up to straighten us out. So right there, kind of.
I can't see the bolt hole from
almost.
Here,
I
take
can
this
see
light,
mine.
so
I can see mine.
Oh, there
we go.
We're there.
You got them in there.
We're there.
We're there. So this end. Yes, sir.
Alright.
We in there. That's it. You just gotta tighten it all
I'm
down.
gonna tighten it down, and then the diff should be able to sit. Alright, boys, the diff is mounted. It's in there. It's floating by itself. That's pretty cool. The diff has not been in the car since I've had it. I don't think I've ever had a diff in the car. So, over here on this side, if you guys can see, we have brand new axle in here. Got the nut on and everything. I just gotta put a pin through here, but we have this side done. We don't have the driver's side done, and that's because we had another little part hiccup. But this one is we're able to actually just send this back, because if you guys are aware, S13s, whenever you get axles, one side is shorter than the other, and our box, we got 2 different part numbers, so theoretically it should have been the correct 2 parts, but they were both the same length, so only one side could go in. So I've got to send this driver's side one back, wait for my refund, do that whole thing, buy it again, and then we'll have the correct one. But in the meantime, while we're doing that, we have one side completed. Everything is done pretty much. You got to put this other axle in, and the brand new e-brake cables look really good. They're really, really nice. Looks good under here. I guess in the meantime then, while we are doing this, I took off the intake manifold again on this, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on taking this engine apart, because we are taking the head off because we need to replace the head gasket, but there's also another reason we're gonna be taking it off. Now, when it comes to the head of this engine, the reason we're taking it off, other than the head gasket, of course, If you guys remember during my parts breakdown and stuff video, which if you haven't seen that video, go watch that. There it shows literally every part that I bought for this car, everything that's on it. I go in pretty big detail with all that. So if you want to watch that, it's kind of a long video, but it's a lot of parts. So you know, if you want to see that, go watch that. But anyways, you guys will remember I have Tomei camshafts, I have Tomei valve springs, and Tomei valve gears. I mean cam gears, sorry, valve gears. What is a valve gear? Tomei cam gears, and I also have valve stem gasket, like brand new ones, right? Because they came in my gasket kit that I got for this engine. So, with that being said, in order to take off the cams, you know, well, to take off the head, you got to take out the cams, anyways, for this engine, correct? So, it just doesn't make sense for me to be dropping those stock cams back in. I should put the Tomei cams in. So while we have the head off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the head, take it off, take it to a shop, let them do all the valve work and stuff on it. So they're gonna readjust our valves. We're gonna get those valve springs installed, those valve stem gaskets done, and whenever they finish all that, we're going to get the head back to us, and all we kind of have to do is just put it back on the engine. We'll have our ARP head studs. We're going to have the cams coming in now. After that, we're not going to put the stock cams back in. We're going to put the Tomeis in, and then once we do that, obviously, we just button the engine back up, and then we're done. We have fresh head, like everything valve related for that head is brand new, fresh. We got new cams in there, bigger cams also, and we have new cam gears because we have the Tomei adjustable cam gears. And in terms of the head of the engine, after we finish this, it should be like good. There should be no issue at all. I didn't think there would be an issue anyways, but like we just have all this extra stuff that's going into it. I mean, it should have no issue whatsoever. So, we're going to go ahead and get started taking the engine apart. So, let's go ahead and watch that. Alright, actually, before we start with the engine, I want to install these brakes. Because if you guys remember in the last video, I told you guys that we were waiting on our calipers and our caliper brackets to be coming back from powder coating. Well, they're now back, so let me go ahead and show you guys. I believe I told y'all the color we were doing. It's not like we did anything crazy, but you can see we just went with a nice simple gloss black, and I mean it looks really good. Powder coating is really crazy, bro, because this is so nice. Like, I mean, the quality may not portray that well on camera, but like it's so good. This is so smooth. It's not like, I don't know, it's really nice. It looks really, really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and put on our brakes, and while we do that, oh, also we do have our axle situation figured out. We have the wrong one was sent back, and we got the refund for it, and the new one has already been ordered. It should be here within the next day or two, and then we'll throw that in. So once that's done, obviously that axle is going to be the last thing that gets done, but once it gets done, the car is not like the car, but you know what I'm saying, like in terms of the stuff that needs to get put back onto the body, we're pretty much done. So that's pretty exciting. I'm happy about that, and at that point, that'll be the most put together this car has ever been in my ownership, which is pretty cool, if I must say so myself. So, yeah, let's go ahead and throw these brakes on real quick, and then we're gonna get started on the engine block, because I'm actually pretty excited to do that, because that's kind of cool. I never took apart an engine, so that's gonna be kind of fun. I'm gonna show you guys what we got in terms of rotors. We have a nice, just slotted, I mean not slotted, no, it is a slotted rotor. Yeah, it's not drilled, but you got a nice slotted one. Same for the rear here. Let's say same for the rear. It's a slotted rotor. This is the rear hardware. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started throwing this stuff on. Okay guys, so we have brakes installed in all four corners. The calipers back on, new rotors are on. Let's check out the back. You see here, we got everything connected. E-brake is all good, all that. Actually, I need to put this back on there, but I'll do that. But after I do that, this is finished. And let's say this is complete. Let me show you guys the other side. We got caliper here and here, and I actually have my e-brake bracket attached right here on this side. So, like I told you guys earlier, with this final thing being finished, we are pretty much done with like the body of the car, and there's really not much else for us to do in terms of putting things on the car body or anything like that. So now we are about to go ahead and tackle this engine. And like I explained to you guys earlier, we're going to just be taking the head off so we can send the head off to a shop to get the valve work done. So, like I said, this is the most put together the body of this car has been, though. So, you know, let's get a little dub in there for that. But, you know, this is pretty cool. This is pretty exciting. I've had this car for so long, so like it's just nice to finally see all this stuff coming together and all that. You know, I'm finally like putting these last finishing touches that I've been thinking about for so long on, and it's great. So with that, I'm gonna quit talking. Let's go ahead and get this head off. So as I showed y'all, we got off the valve cover. Here are the coil packs, which is pretty cool that we have this upgrade. It's pretty cool. This is the plate. We're gonna go ahead now and take off this front cover here. We just gotta kind of take off these 12 mil bolts here, 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 and then there's 10 mil bolt. There's 10 mils right here, here, and one right here behind where the distributor is. So right there. And then once we do that, we can kind of knock off this front cover, and then we're also gonna set this to TDC. I'm gonna set it to TDC first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take everything off, and then yeah. That was all. Alright guys, so we are now at the point. Cams are out. As you see here, we have all the cam caps. Cams are out. The OEM gears are out. And I'm gonna zip tie these together just so that they stay. Actually, it kind of doesn't matter really because the whole timing is getting reset anyway, so I kind of actually don't have to leave them. Make sure they stay in the same thing. But yeah, basically we got this out. We are now at this point, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you guys what we're gonna be having done at the shop, since you can actually see what's going on now. So as you guys see, the cams, they sit right here on top of these like bucket things right here, and these little circles you see are some little like just like puck cap things that are on top of those. We are going to be replacing these and getting bucketless shims. So it's going to be the same little circle bucket here, but there won't be a little puck right here on the top, so that the, oh, I just hit the camera, sorry guys, but it's so that the cam lobe doesn't have to worry about interfering with this. It's free to spin, and it won't you know, we won't have to worry about it like any kind of clearance issues with that. And we are also we have those from SuperTech, in case you guys wanted to know the brand, and we also got SuperTech valves as well for exhaust, well, intake and exhaust side, because we, let's say we're taking this to the head shop, the head to the machine shop, so we're gonna be getting all this stuff done on it anyways, you know, the valve springs, all that stuff. So I might as well just honestly refresh the whole head at this point. So that's what's gonna happen. So we're gonna basically have a brand new head, and it's low-key like a new built head actually. what we're going to be having. So that's actually kind of cool. We're not going to touch the bottom end. The bottom end isn't really going to need any work. It should be fine. So unless it's like bad, there's no reason for me to touch it. So we're going to leave it alone. The bottom end is fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started taking off the rest of all this. I just kind of want to show you guys this real quick. But let's go ahead and take off these head bolts and get this head off. Not sure if you guys probably can't actually see, but I mean, y'all just saw me pull them out. All the head studs are all out. So now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna remove this bolt right here, pull this gear off. I'm gonna zip tie it together so that this one actually doesn't lose where it's at. This one actually kind of needs to stay. So I'll make sure it stays there, but we're gonna kind of get it out the way, get it off its tensioner, and then we're just gonna, now that the head studs are up, I think we just pull up on the head and it'll just come off. So let me go ahead and get this off. We have the head removed and we just have the bottom in now. This is really weird to see actually. It's kind of crazy to see this thing just taken apart. Here's our head gasket. It's crazy. This thing is, I don't know. I've just never seen any of this stuff like this. So this is pretty cool. So what we're gonna do is, like I say, we are gonna just be transporting this bottom end to the shop, and then we're taking that to a different shop because they specialize in like headwork and stuff like that. And then these two things are going to come together and get put back together and everything. And then when we go to pick it up, it'll be a pretty much like fresh, good to go engine. All we got to do is bring it home, mount the trans, you know, mount it up in the car, and then we start plugging everything in, and then this thing is gonna start running. I mean, that's kind of crazy, but within a couple weeks, this thing is probably gonna be going into the car, getting ready to run. So that's wild. It looks like whenever I did some of these head studs, looks like some of them actually snapped off inside of here. So that's a little annoying, but we can fix that. We can get them out. It's not that big of a deal. So it is extremely hot inside of here. Not extremely, but like it's hot for it to be nighttime. It's like almost 1 a.m. But it's also Texas, so you know, yeah. But so for this video, we are pretty much finished here. So just to kind of recap, excuse a bunch of this, sorry, but we have axles and everything in both sides, brakes, all four corners now finished completely. The chassis of the car is ready to go. It's road ready. It has everything it needs. I keep hitting the camera, guys. Oh my Jesus. The chassis of the car is ready to go. It is road ready. We could put wheels on it right now and just like roll it around or whatever if we wanted to. You know, theoretically, if there was an engine in it, it could drive. No problems. And it would probably drive really good because, like I say, we replaced all those arms. So we have brand new bushings everywhere. Got new brakes, new e-brake cables. We got new axles. It's gonna drive really good, actually. So I'm hoping that you know, once we get this engine and everything in. Hopefully the engine is super, it just lives up to my expectation of what I'm thinking, which granted it is a KA. I'm not thinking this thing's gonna be like the fastest thing ever, but like I do have an expectation level, so hopefully it beats that. But in the meantime, I will see you guys in the next video. I'll update you guys once we start taking the engine to the shop and everything. I'll probably be doing that sometime this week, so I'll definitely be recording that for you guys. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.